Are we still doing that thing where we just start talking?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Is it kind of like, kind of our thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess we'll just, I don't know, I guess I'll just start off by saying, man, what a week.
What a week.
Yeah, this has been.
I got this thing around. I can't see you. I'm talking to you through a little hoop in the cord here.
Yeah, I just.
Look me in the eyes when you talk to me.
No, I'm gonna hide behind this microphone. Yeah, I don't wanna. I don't want to look at you. It's scaring me.
Hey, how about this? No guest this week. It's just you and I back together, mano y mano.
It's the format you promised me. That you sold me on.
I sold you on this one.
You sold
right?
me. It's like you, me, and a guest.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, it's you, me, guest, and then it's been like guests.
Well,
everyone
just like was so interested, and I didn't want to like hold them off like for like months on end. So I was just like, let's just get a bunch of people on and get a bunch of people's thoughts in here.
It might have been the smartest choice on your end. I mean, maybe not on my end, but
okay,
because I would have kept throwing bad movies in.
I know your style now. Now I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right.
Coming to you from somewhere deep inside Transition Studios. Brought to you by your hosts, Roger and Lito. Welcome to Sci-Fi Rewind!
Never give up, never surrender.
Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Lito.
And I'm Roger.
And together we are Sci-Fi Rewind. Boing!
Trying to do a high five here, but
a high five, yeah. Sci-Fi Rewind,
or something like that. But I'm too far away.
Yeah, this table is kind of a big one here.
Not too big. It's like.
Okay, I stand corrected then. The table is not that
I'm
big.
thinking about like those scenes where it's like there's a family dinner going on and there's this long table and it's like, can you please pass the salt? And it's just like it's not that big per se. Oh
man, salt! You're making me hungry. I haven't had lunch yet.
Yeah, I mean, I thankfully I had some ramen noodles, so I can't.
Lucky.
All right, Lito.
That's me.
Why? What movie are we talking about
today? We're talking about one of my all-time favorite movies, which there's a lot of them, so that's not really saying much. But today we're going to be watching and listening and talking about Galaxy Quest.
You love it so much that I referenced it today and you didn't get it.
Well, I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, do you have any words before I go in and watch this thing? Mm-hmm. And you were like,
never give up, never surrender.
And I'm like, is he talking about No Retreat, No Surrender, the kickboxing movie that came out in the 80s? And
it didn't hit you that I was referencing the movie.
No, but it did when I saw like the intro little TV show that they did. So then I'm like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
I put this on your door as soon as you started watching the film.
Right.
It's a little post-it note for everyone. It's just like, never give up, never surrender. Because it was just like, after I referenced it, he was like, what are you talking about? And I go like, oh, I'm referencing somebody else. Don't mind me.
Right.
And then immediately in the movie it starts. It's like, never give up, never surrender. And I know it's like, yeah, he probably got it right around there.
Yeah, I got it right away.
And so I put this little post-it note on his door just as like a little like taunt. It's like, yeah, I was referencing the movie.
Well, now I know, and knowing is thrice the battle.
Yeah.
Any hoot, we're coming at you here. And it's just us, and we're not going to be messing around today. We're going to go straight into this pitch. You guys know the format by now. We're on episode, what is it? I don't even 9?
Oh, I don't even need to explain it. Yeah, we're at a situation where it's like, we get it. Kinda.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get down to it? These people they've been waiting a long time for this episode. It's been a week since our last drop, which was They Live, which little bit of update. Not for They Live, but for one we did with Tom, The Thing. John Carpenter in the past week here has stated that he wants to do a remake.
Really?
Yeah. He's been quoted as saying that he'd like to do a remake. So here we go.
It'll probably be all CGI. They probably wouldn't have learned the lesson from the 2011 version.
Okay.
But hopefully that's not the case.
All right, so we're going to skip the intro because everybody knows who I am by now, right? I work here at Transition. I went to film school at CSU. I used to do construction back in my old job. And I went to school, met a lot of cool people. Came to work here, met a lot of more people like Roger here. And now we do this every Friday or so.
Yeah, and I'm just an intern here. I just kind of got lucky. I'm just here, and I'm just doing whatever job anyone needs me.
You're not just an intern, you're my intern.
I feel like I'm the studio's intern more than anything.
Oh. Well,
everyone will just go, it's just like, hey, Roger, I need you to do this. And I go like, okay. And I'll go, and I'll do the job to the best of my abilities.
Right. Oh, and you got caught doing a little bit of filming for this thing we were filming. You got put on Twitter.
Yes.
When we were doing
The photo.
Yeah.
If anyone is interested, I'll try and maybe retweet it on my Twitter account. It's just a picture of me awkwardly holding audio equipment, trying to a boom mic. I'm trying to record a boom mic. I got this little doohickey on my chest. It's just like so awkward. I was wearing the wrong sweater that day, and it was just like the knobs were like getting into my sweater, and they were like pulling out all the threads, and I'm like, I didn't realize it till the end. It's like, oh man, this was the wrong thing to be wearing today.
Yeah, well, now you know. When you go on set, make sure not to wear nice clothes.
Yeah, maybe wear something like this.
Yeah, something that won't get caught.
Something that's not like fabric-y or something. I don't know clothes.
Man, my notes are a mess. But hopefully I'll get through them. Anywho, how do you want to start it?
I don't know. Let's just start it. Just
go for it. Let's do it.
Just before we all get involved, before we get into too in depth, I'm gonna full on say, if you haven't seen this movie, I don't normally do this. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it. Oh,
okay, cool. There's a good little recommendation from Roger, the exec. Make sure to check this one out. This one's we have to spoil everything. Hey, Raj, I know you're busy. I'm sorry. I know it's usually somebody else coming in here. I'm bringing in somebody else, but I think I found something. I think I found a winner.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
They Live kind of did all right, so I'm more open to an idea. What do we got?
Okay. All right, man. Are you sitting down?
No, give me a second.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to want to be standing up for this one, bud.
Really?
Yeah. So can you please stand up?
Okay,
boy. Man, you're not very tall. Anywho, all right. So, I got this one, dude. This one is a winner called Galaxy Quest.
Like Star Trek?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's Star Trek. There's no better way to put this. All right, this will be the Spaceballs of Star Trek. So Star Trek meets Spaceballs.
Well, I somewhat enjoy Spaceballs, so okay.
Right, but it's not going to be as. It's not going to be as parody-ish. It's going to be like a light parody, but like more of like an homage to Star Trek in a comedy sense.
Okay, well, Star Trek is kind of big. There's those Trekkie conventions.
Exactly. We're going to put all that in there. That's where we're going to start.
So this is going to probably appeal to Star Trek fans?
I hope so.
Okay.
Or create its own fans. Who knows? Because I'm telling you, this one's a winner. We got the whole package. We have the whole kit and caboodle, if you will. I've made some phone calls. We've got an all-star cast of new and current and upcoming stars. All right, I'll get into that. Okay.
All right.
I'm not even worried about that. That's the good stuff. I'm gonna sell you on the story first. Then I'm gonna hook you with the good stuff.
Okay. Basic premise. Try and summarize it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Fine. What if Star Trek was real? And the actors had to play their television counterparts to save an alien species.
You know what? That actually sounds kind of interesting.
Isn't it cool? Isn't it a winning idea?
Yeah.
So it's not so much that Star Trek is real, right? Because the TV show kind of like deals with that. This is like, what if the actors who play, say, Kirk and Spock and the chief and all that, what if they had to like really be their characters to save the day?
Oh, so
in a real ship.
Oh, so we're gonna get Shatner and Nimoy and all those guys.
Are you serious? You know those guys won't touch Star Trek with a 10-foot pole.
I don't know. Shatner's kind of reliving his glory days.
Finally.
Yeah.
Well, how many times and how long did he like reject the idea that who he was?
Well, I mean,
Well, you know what? We're going to talk it. We're going to actually. There's a character that's going to be kind of dealing with that kind of typecasting in Hollywood,
all right.
and dealing with like the repercussions of being only known for one thing. We're gonna have one of those characters.
I'm sorry. I think I might have. So why are the actors getting involved? What? Why are they going out into space? What's going on?
Why are the actors getting involved?
Well, I mean, like the characters.
Well, the characters are all doing the convention circuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the main character, Jason Nesmith, played by, guess what? Tim Allen. He's on board. He's already told me he loves it. He loves the idea.
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
All
He's
right.
top of the world right now. So yeah. I love him. I saw him in a comedy special with Rodney King.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney King. I'm sorry. Scratch that. With Rodney Dangerfield, and I knew he was going to be big. I knew there was something about him,
Mm-hmm.
and that little noise he makes. So I got Tim Allen. There's one little guy. There's one actor. Anyways, I got that guy, and then so they're going to be at this convention. Tim Allen shows up late because he's the head cheese. He's the one that everyone's coming there to see, and so all the rest of the crew is there.
So he's like the Shatner character.
He is the Shatner character. There's no hiding it, So, instead of Galaxy Quest, instead of Star Trek, it's going to say Galaxy Quest. Instead of like the Enterprise, it's going to be the Protector.
Or the NTE.
Oh, the NTE, yeah. So the Protector or NTE, gotcha. So we're going to have direct, it's going to be an homage. So it's going to be like a direct lines of connection to, Star Trek.
So we're gonna get a lot of weird yet humanoid-looking aliens.
Absolutely humanoid-looking aliens, and
right.
And everyone talks English. Mostly, we through translators, but they have their own language.
How about landing on foreign alien planets? And
Of
yes,
course.
it's able. It just has air.
Air is
Breathable air.
We actually make a joke about that.
All right.
Yeah, one of our characters, Guy. You're gonna love Guy.
Guy? Why?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
No. Yes, that's his name. But he also represents just like a normal guy.
Okay.
In Star Trek, there was always like these B teamers that would like whenever you would get
the red shirts.
The red shirts, yeah. So he represents it. See, I'm telling you, we're gonna all these tropes. We're gonna have fun with it. The guy who wrote the script, he did a great job. What's his name? David Howard. He did a great job. So we're gonna have them guys being in a convention. Tim Allen's character, Jason, he's like, signing autographs and everything, and he's going to be having fun, and he has fun with the character and all the attention because he's the big guy, and all the rest of the crew are going to kind of resent him because, they're there on set too. They're putting in the work. They're doing their lines, did I wrap up with Guy? I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. So
No, let me wrap up with Guy. Anyways, the guy's going to represent the B teamers that go on the away missions. Then he always gets randomly killed. So he's going to be in the story. He's going to be crew member number 6 from a certain episode. I don't know which one yet. He's got like 10 seconds of airtime, but he's the one that's going to be kind of like introducing them to the convention crowd as they come through the curtain. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Somebody loosely affiliated, kind of still running the show. Currently, that's where we start. They're all typecast. They can't get work. They have to do this convention. It's going to be great. We're going to feel sorry for them. But so what that happens, but while they're in the convention, we get some humanoid aliens that kind of talk weird and walk weird, and they all look the same. And they're going to come up to Jason and be like, "Hey, can you help us out? We built a ship, and we have this guy that's trying to kill us all, and can you help us save the day and get rid of our problems?" And Jason's going to blow them off, of course, because, they look like all the rest of the people in the convention. So, nothing like this. I mean, it's not real. It's a television show. We even say it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but they somehow track Tim Allen down at his house, and they shoot him out in the outer space, or actually they knock him out. We use that old trope, you know what I mean? Just like to fall asleep and wake up in a spaceship, and then he thinks he's on a set. This is the best part. He thinks he's on a set, and he's like, "Wow, this isn't cardboard. This is actual metals and stuff." And then he meets up with our alien boss Saris, which is going to be looking great. We got this creature department working on this, and they're an awesome job. And he looks like an insect, but still Klingon, but he still talks English. He speaks English.
Everyone speaks English.
Everybody speaks English. So, and then he's got these real cool, wings that open up when he's really mad. He's super cool looking.
I'll have to take a look at it, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I got these early drawings. You're going to love it. He looks like nothing. Well, kind of. Insect, green insect thing. We're going to shoot it all like if it was on a Klingon ship. I mean, you're going to see the direct. We're not going to hide it. We're not going to hide it. This is the Star Trek in this world, right? And then all the fan base behind it. And everybody dresses up in the conventions. It's going to be great. Right? But let me go back, right? Save the cat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Save the cat moment. Jason's, he's got to go to the bathroom. In between signing, he goes into the bathroom, and he gets into a stall because all the urinals are taken up. And then as he goes into the stall, these teenage boys come in, and they just start tearing into the conventioners, the cosplayers, and all the actors that are still pretending and hanging on to their past glory. And man, you just feel terrible for Tim Allen's character, and then you just
Is that really a save the cat moment?
Yeah, I would say so, because you feel sorry for him, and
well, isn't a save the cat moment the moment where you have to save something to let them know you're a good guy?
Well, here's the thing. When I grew up as a kid, if you were into sci-fi, if you took things too far, if you dressed up, if you bought the toys, you were a nerd. Okay? And this Jason guy, he's not so much a nerd. He's kind of like a cool hip kind of guy, but he's in a kind of nerd world. So if you were ever made fun of for liking what you like and taking it too seriously and taking it to an extra level, one that that you deeply attached to, I think you'll identify with Tim Allen's character being made fun of by these guys, behind his back.
I consider it like that, but I feel like Save the Cat is more so just Hero has to save something, and he doesn't really save anything at that moment. It's just more so just like a relatable moment or a sympathetic moment.
Yeah, sympathetic moment to Okay, so he's not necessarily saving anything.
Yeah.
But what he's doing is he's creating an emotional connection to the audience.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. And that happens pretty early on, and you can check that box right off the screenplay.
Maybe within the first 10 minutes or something?
Absolutely, right away. We're not messing around.
Gotcha.
This is a tight package. I'm telling you. I'm going to sum it up right now. This movie is going to pick you up, take you on an adventure, hit all the marks, and put you right back where you started.
All right.
Like filmmaking 101.
Gotcha.
Should do. Okay? And then all the characters will have a little story arc. You know what I mean? They're all there for a reason, and they all have they're all flawed in the beginning, and then towards the end, they all get unflawed, and everyone gets wrapped up real nice. Every storyline gets wrapped up.
Some good character arcs, moments like that?
The character arcs are fine. They're not they're not deep thinker story arcs. I mean, they're
But they're good for a story like this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like I said, the character that's typecast hates his lines and hates his character, hates how he has to wear a wig or a prosthetic to kind of change his head. Like
Nimoy in the ears?
Exactly.
All right.
And then by the end, it doesn't matter, and he says the lines, and he feels the character, he knows the character more, and and this is the serious British guy, right? Alan Rickman.
Yes.
He's on board.
Oh, Alan Rickman is on board?
Alan Rickman from the Die Hard series.
Die Hard?
Yeah, Die Hard movie.
Sheriff of Lachlan?
Yeah. Sheriff of Nottingham.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Exactly.
Not
from
Robin Hood.
Prince of Thieves.
Yes.
Yeah, and soon to be Harry Potter fame.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So he's going to be playing that typecast character, bitter, and he's got this great line about someone's hammer, Grabthar's hammer or something like that. We got a hammer line in there. It's going to work.
All right. Is it like his "Live Long and Prosper" line?
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, he's gonna hate it every time like someone in the convention comes up to him, they like start saying it, and he's like, I don't want to hear it, or just like blows him off because it's all his life is that line.
Oh, so these actors are stuck in the celebrity zoo, huh?
Yep.
Where careers go to die.
Unfortunately, that's what happens. Hey, they got paid. It was a gig, but it's a gig they can't really leave anymore. So it's kind of sad. But, it happens. It happens to the best of them. And this crew's, they're a good bunch of people. They just wish that this could have led to more prosperity in their lives like it did for Tim Allen's character. So they all kind of look at him as like the, the guy that, he's the leader. So they all kind of like aim their angst at him.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do. He just got the good part.
It's a face to blame or something like that.
Exactly.
Person to blame.
Exactly. So we're going to play with all the tropes, man. All the tropes, all the sci-fi tropes are going to be well represented. The rolling and the shooting that's going to happen. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be so much fun.
This whole movie sounds weirdly meta.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I could see that. That sounds good. Yeah. Meta. Okay. Cool. We're going to have a romance. I know you're going to ask me about romance. There's going to be 2 romances, actually. Okay. Actually, there's going to be kind of 3.
Okay.
The fans and the fans. This is the lightest one. The fans and all the characters. There's actually 4. Actually, the aliens and the characters in the play in the TV series. The fans, which we're gonna have this young kid, Justin Long. He's gonna be like spearheading the fans.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, but you will. Don't worry. I'll get into that. He's gonna be talking. And loving the fan. He's going to dress up like everybody and ask those really deep questions and try to find the plot holes. There's always one of those kids.
The ones who take it way too seriously.
Exactly. He's going to be one of those kids. And then there's going to be, what's his name? Tony Shalhoub?
Oh, Tony Shalhoub.
Shalhoub, yeah. From, wasn't he in that Wings? Was he in Wings? And he was.
Yes, he was in Wings.
Wings and in that other one. Series where it's just him. I mean, this guy, I can't believe we got this guy. He was in Men in Black in one of the parts too.
Lito, I'm pretty sure Monk came out after.
Okay, let's talk about that. All right. Sorry, I don't know my dates. Anyways, Tony Shalhoub's still coming, and he's going to be great. He's going to have great things in the future. So he's going to have a kind of like a love interest with one of the aliens. She doesn't look alien. She looks like a normal human, but there are these like mushy kind of like squid things. CGI is going to be stellar, by the way.
All right.
And then there's going to be Jason's character, Tim Allen. Tim Allen's character, I'm sorry. He's going to be secretly kind of always chasing after, guess who? Guess who we got? Sigourney Weaver.
Ripley
in the flesh.
Oh, is she going to have like an awesome part in this role?
Well, let's just tone that one down a bit. She's going to represent something that happens in sci-fi, especially Star Trek. We'll get into that. Well, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. We're going to have a running gag. Okay? And this one's going to take us, into hopefully into the PG-13 R rating.
No, it's going to be G. I'm not. We gotta catch that kid craze. We need to market. This is
Mallrats or
this is sounding
Rugrats?
awesome.
Yeah.
This is sounding awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we're going to be able to market this any other way than we're going to have to go kids. So make the marketing as kid friendly as possible.
Ouch. No. We can't have that.
Yeah, no, it's going to have to happen.
This isn't a kid story.
Yeah, but it's going to have to happen.
Well, Star Trek wasn't for kids.
Yeah, but it's going to happen.
Well, maybe if you give me $100 million.
No, you get half that.
Half?
Yeah, but around half. We'll see. We'll range it out later, but you're going to get $500,000.
$500 million?
half $100 million, I should say.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, we'll see about that. All right, we'll talk about that. But anyways, I don't know if I can get these people for under $50 million.
Work some magic. Say, you know what? I know Harold Ramis. We'll try and get him involved, and maybe he'll be a good pull for these people.
Oh, that'll be good from the Ghostbusters. That'll work. Oh, she was in the Ghostbusters. There you go.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see how that goes. But if it doesn't, we got other guys. We'll try and figure that out. There's this guy named Dean. I'm sure this all will be fine.
I like that sound, Dean. Okay. So the running gag. All right. All right. Don't let the okay. You know how in movies and sci-fi movie there's always this a buxom blonde, if you will,
All right.
in the in one of the characters, or a buxom ship crew member. I mean, just seems to be like exploding out of their attire, if you will. Well, Sigourney Weaver is going to represent that character.
So like 709 from Star Trek. Gotcha.
Exactly. And the other one from The Next Generation. Yeah, is that her name?
No way. Are we talking the original?
This The Next Generation. Yeah, and a horror too, right?
Well,
the original. There's always one in all the Star Trek. The Doctor, the one that was going out with the number 2.
I'm not
dark hair. I forgot her name.
Not familiar with that.
Anyways, they seem to be.
Oh wait, isn't that Dr. Crusher?
No.
Wesley Crusher's mom?
Nope.
No. Okay, then I.
The other one.
Yeah, no.
Darker hair. Anyways, I should know this.
Senator. Counselor Troy.
Counselor Troy. Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So they always seem to be, like I said, exploding out of their attire. So like literally throughout the movie, Sigourney Weaver's endowments are going to be exploding out of her attire. That literally her attire, her exposure level of her cleavage, if you will, gets obviously more and more pronounced as we move forward through the film.
Sounds hot, but will fans like it?
I don't know. I think there'll be a little like, I don't know. I think it'll be like the Emperor when you. I don't know. I don't think anyone's gonna like actually like make notice of it. Like, you know what I mean?
All right.
It's not gonna be a thing. It's just gonna.
And she's on board with this?
Well, she's on board because it's not gonna be her actual skin. It's gonna be like a prosthetic. We're just gonna do a great makeup job.
Okay.
So she's totally on board. I already talked to her about it.
Gotcha.
We got we signed the release. Or we're gonna show a little extra skin on this. And it's a joke. It's not like like, you know what I mean.
So if I could ask, this is a Star Trek satire from what I'm gathering.
Exactly. Satire. Great name.
But so is the soundtrack gonna sound like Star Trek?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good people on it. David Newman.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, he's right.
Ooh, maybe we could get Stan Winston involved.
Sure. These names mean nothing to me right now, but sure.
Stan Winston, he's a graphical designer. He helped with The Thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm glad you're actually helping me pitch this thing. So I think we're in a good shape here.
Yes, he was also one of the guys behind the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
Oh, he knows what he's doing then.
Aliens.
Yeah, Aliens.
First 2 Predator films. He's done a lot. He's one of the kings when it comes to practical effects.
This is the man. We got the right guy then. I mean, this 45-50 million is going to go real far. I mean, we're going to use every cent of it. But I'm telling you, we're going to make it all back, plus some. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll just be enough.
Hopefully it'll just be enough. All right. So the aliens, how? So you asked me. I know you're asking me this question. You're thinking in his head, like, well, how do the aliens kind of know about this TV show, right?
Yeah. Do they watch it?
No, they intercept it, and this is where the big like the big like a sitcom kind of like twist is. They think that it's actual historical documents.
What, did they watch like Gilligan's Island and think that was real?
Yes. Can I use that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Can I put that in the script? That's hilarious. I'm writing that down. Gilligan's Island. Yes. I wonder how they feel about them guys in trapped in a 3-hour tour and then trapped on that island. They're probably pretty sad about that. But yeah, they look at it and they don't know. They don't know if it's a TV. But our signals are being shot out into space, so this could actually happen. This is science fiction to the T.
It sounds like they're incredibly smart yet also dumb if they haven't been able to figure that kind of stuff out.
Exactly. They do have like a childlike quality to them. I mean, they're just completely naive. You know what I mean? So they intercept our TV signals and they think they're historical documents. How funny, how much funnier can you get, right?
Right. And
then, but like going back, to those story arcs, Tim Allen's character is, after he hears those kids, making fun of him, he comes back to the table and here's the big theme of it, and he's like, I'm gonna say a swear here, and I'm sorry, I can't help it. And this is quote for quote, right? He's gonna tell the kids to his face is the Uber kid, Justin Long, the Uber Galaxy Quest nerd,
the main nerd,
and he's gonna be like, it's just a TV show. There's no shit, right? And
how are kids gonna take to the fact that Buzz Lightyear is swearing?
Well, that's a good point. This is a whole different world, and this is a whole different makers. What did DreamWorks make? Toy Story? No, that was Pixar.
Yeah, that was Pixar.
All right.
I'm doing a great job helping you pitch this.
Yeah, I think I think I don't even need to pitch this to you. I think it's a green lit already. Always be closing, right?
Yes.
Anyways, I got Sarah in there. I need $45 million. I think it's going to make 3 times that much. Like we've learned in the past, it needs to make 3 times as much to be a success. I got the all-star cast. Let me go down this cast for you, okay? Ready?
Okay.
I got Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I got Sigourney Weaver from the Alien craze.
Yes.
I got Alan Rickman.
Loved him as Hans.
Yes, he's the great Hans. I got Tony Shalhoub. Sorry, it's a tricky one for me.
I know.
I got an up-and-coming actor. This guy's amazing. He's going to play Guy. It's going to be great. Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in Green Mile, right?
He was in Green Mile with the dude from Battlefield. Battlefield Earth.
Barry Pepper.
Yes. I got. She's going to be great too. Missy Pyle. She's going to play the alien. She's gonna kill it. I'm telling you.
Wait, young Tommy was played by Corbin Bleu. This is out of character. I just found this out. Corbin Bleu played a younger Tommy. He was that kid, that Tommy.
Oh yeah. The little kid in the Star Trek.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Everyone, go ahead.
And then I got Justin Long, of course. He's going to be big. And I got Rainn Wilson. You're going to hear a lot. He's going to be from House of a Thousand Corpses pretty soon. And then that's going to propel him to Office fame. This kid's going places. Rainn Wilson. He's going to have a little cameo in there.
We'll see how it goes.
And I got all these guys. They're all on board. They're just waiting for the money to kick in so we can start shooting this thing in L.A., by the way. We're going to have some sweet sets. They're going to look just like Star Trek. The music's going to be good. The locations are going to be stellar. I mean, the ship's going to look great. The costumes are going to look right on point as far as like looking like Star Trek costumes and stuff. And the action, all the little story arcs are going to like tie in together. The third act is going to be good. There's going to be this question. What does the Omega 13 do that we have in this little part in the beginning? And we're going to get an answer to that. And like I said, it's going to be like a we're going to set all these things up with like little lines and little call, and it's going to be.
Oh, you're going to do setup and payoff.
I'm going to do setup and payoff for everything. Right. Everything you're going to be able to watch this movie over and over again and see all the setups and see all the payoffs. See little Tommy, little Laredo character like as a kid, and then like everything's going to make sense as a kid. He's piloting the ship, which is actually making fun of Will Wheaton, by the way, from Star Trek.
Go to hell, Wesley.
Right. So the Laredo character is hilarious. So he's going to be like, why is the little kid piloting the ship? But that all comes into play because he's got to be like, I don't know how to pilot the ship. And I'm like, well, watch your old episodes. And he's like, oh, okay, that's how I do it. There's going to be this great scene where he's got to back up the ship and he's like scratching the sides because he doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, so as long as we're making a screwball comedy, I'm all on board.
Whoa, easy. Now this is going to be serious. I mean, we got serious actors here.
All right, we'll just kind of do.
All right, whatever I got to do to get the money funds going, let's just get the thing filmed, and then we'll figure out what it is.
You know what? I'm just gonna give it to you, $45 million. I'm gonna turn my back and not look for like 6 months. Go ahead and do what you want to do.
Thank you. We're not going to be. We're going to have one swear word. Just give me one swear, one big one. The F word. One F word.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not listening right now. I will come back, and probably 6 months later.
I just want to cement that it's an R. That's all.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not listening. Like I will be back in 6 months. I'm gonna see how it is, and you'd all better be doing what I've been telling you to do. All right, bye.
All right, see you later. Thank you.
Wait, this is my office.
Oh. Well, can I talk to the billing about getting my first payment, so I can get the crew going and everything?
Sure.
Yeah, and I remember you validated because I parked in the parking lot.
Yeah. Okay.
It saved me $12.
This has been our weirdest intro. This has been like, this has been our weirdest pitch so far.
How is it weird? I'm pretty thorough.
I don't know. I'm saying like this has been like maybe the most where I've addressed the audience, or just the way I ended it. I feel like has made it so weird.
Well, I haven't walked out yet. We haven't done the sound yet.
Okay, we're just putting it over. I don't know what we're talking right now. Let's just, like seriously, does people care if there's like walking?
Well, I think it solidifies that the pitch is over and we're gonna move on.
Okay, door slam. There we go.
Boom.
Put it right there.
Okay.
Don't even cut me out. Just put it right there. Okay. And now it's we're at
nostalgia and initial thoughts.
Nostalgia, initial thoughts. So
you go first.
Okay. Nostalgia. I've always heard about this film.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was like a joke movie, a comedy movie that kind of took inspiration from Star Trek. It's kind of all I've ever known. And I know people like reference Tim Allen and things like that.
Oh, before you get started, I'm super sorry. We forgot to mention that it only made $90.7 million, so it was not successful.
Yeah. It only made $90.7 million. That's okay. And as I was going about, my initial thoughts on this film are that this movie sucks. No, I'm just kidding. This movie's awesome. Oh, it's so good.
Isn't it good?
It's one of those films where it's like, it's special. You know something is special when you're watching it for the first time. And you're just like, this really does feel like it's something. It's something. It's really unique. And
yes.
It's really. It just spoke to me in a way. It spoke to me in the way like young Frankenstein speaks to me.
Is this the first time you saw it?
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. I've never seen it before.
Oh wow! So
yeah.
I kind of like brought something to you like.
Oh yeah. No. I mean we've had that before. We had THX 1138.
Right.
This is the first time I haven't seen this isn't the first time we've done the show and I haven't seen a movie
before.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I mean, I hadn't seen Sunshine, and I hadn't seen THX 1138.
Oh, okay.
I've heard about Galaxy Quest, but I've never known anything about it other than it's a Star Trek parody. So going in, I didn't realize, it's a show within the show?
Right.
Or it's a movie within a show or something? Oh, God. Everyone is so great in this film. Sam Rockwell is just hilarious.
Isn't he the best?
He is great. What are you doing? Don't open that door. Is there air on the ship? You don't know.
and he holds his breath.
No, he's just like, seems fine to me. What is Tony Shalhoub on in this film? He's just like stoned out of his mind.
He's so like low key. It's so funny throughout the whole thing.
Everyone brings out their own kind of comedy.
Yes.
Tim Allen is just his unique kind of brand of comedy, where it's just like a macho man is just kind of like reliving his kind of trying to live in his glory days. Although it's just like, yeah, maybe try and move on or do something else.
Right.
Or Alan Rickman is just so straight. I love how he always has the prosthetic on.
Throughout the entire movie.
Even that one scene where he really doesn't need to have it, where he's at his apartment, and it's just like he still has it on. And I just wrote it. It's like, take it off. But it really speaks to his. It really speaks to like Alan Rickman himself, where it's just like, I'll keep it on the entire time.
Where he's like, what does he call it when you take on the role of the actor?
Method acting.
Method acting. Yeah.
It's just Alan Rickman just like despising by Grabthar's hammer. It's just like we're at the parking lot, and he's just like, by Grabthar's, and he just looks so dead inside. It's just like he looks like he wants to die, and just goes like, by Grabthar's hammer, and he just like pauses, and he's just like trying to say the words. What a savings! There's
so much fun.
There's the Sigourney Weaver humor where it's just like she's clearly qualified for better stuff here.
Oh man,
she's Ripley.
Yeah,
and like throughout this film, she does have a commanding presence where they're on the shuttle, and she's just and Guy is just screaming, and she's like, "Calm down." She's like the only one telling him to calm down.
Dude, I love her line when she's like, "I got one job on this ship."
Yeah, when that scene happens,
Yeah.
I'm going like, "Oh, come on, stop it! You're getting annoying." Just like Tommy.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "I got this one job. It's the only thing I'm good at. It's the only thing I've got, and I'm gonna do it." It's just like,
and she's like, and it's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I get it. Yeah. Tommy he's just that character that nobody loves, but he actually has some good stuff in here.
Tommy,
he's the pilot.
Oh, Laredo.
Yeah, Laredo. I refer to him as Tommy.
That's fine.
Just Sam Rockwell, though. Just his comedic timing in this film is just great.
He's on the money.
Where he first arrives on the ship, and he's just the first one to scream. The first and only one to scream. And then Tony Shalhoub just appears, and he's just like, oh, that's... What? How are you not affected by this?
Yeah, Tim Allen was like, anyone else?
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Dude, yeah, Tim Allen's just like a kid in the candy store when it's like all real. It's
so
much fun.
And I can't even just... like, there's so much to gush about, but even like the Fermians... Yeah, Femians. Is that how you say it?
I thought it was with the T.
Yeah, Femians.
Oh.
I'm not good with TH noises.
Oh, gotcha.
The Femians. Just the way they act, they're really good at pretending to be human. Their makeup and everything looks awful.
Yeah.
But it's because they are fake human beings.
Right.
They're just like when they're walking and everything. When
they quite don't get it.
No, they've looked enough to try and replicate it to the point where it's like you probably won't look at it, double look at it at first glance, but once you really start to look at it, it's just like, yeah, they're not human. The way they clap,
yeah,
it's just like and the way they talk. The main actor, Mayfazar, the leader of them all. He when he was first acting, I looked this up. He did everything, and we're like, "Oh yeah, good job." And then he was like, "I before he was leaving, he was like, I want to try one more thing." And then he just did this. Commander Quincy, your presence is requested. You're our last hope. And he said that, and it's just like everyone was just like, "Yeah, no, that's what we're doing."
We're gonna do that.
Yeah,
that's how they're gonna talk. Yeah, that's perfect stuff.
Oh my God! The even though like little gags you might not notice, it's like when
many gags.
when Gwen and Alex are like talking on the phone, they're in like crappy looking apartments, but then you cut to Jason, and he's just in this extravagant mansion.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just like
top of the mountain. Yeah, overlooks everything.
Yeah, it's just kind of even just showing how their power dynamics. Everyone is in his shadow, and it's just like, and this is something I have to say, really good character work.
Right.
Like when I watch a movie like Airplane, I don't really think about the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be thinking about Alex. I'm going to be thinking about Jason. I'm going to be thinking about Gwen.
Like, is that the acting or is that the writing?
I think it's a bit of both.
Right,
I think
yeah.
everyone, like, I can't see anyone else playing I can't see I could see maybe other people playing other roles. I can't see anyone else replacing Alan Rickman, though.
Right.
He's just, like, so unique. He has, like, this. Everyone brings their own form of acting talent.
I think they got lightning in a bottle in this film. with
Oh,
all the
it's very
actors.
much a Ghostbusters, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Good
where it's
point.
like,
yeah, with Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and
or
you
Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean they got like an awesome cast.
Yes, everyone is just bringing their A game here, and it's just like everything went wrong. It seemed like from what I looked at, everything was going wrong and right at the exact same time.
Right. It's awesome stuff.
But I'll just let you go in with that, Lito. Sorry.
Are you all set with your? So it's your first time watching it?
Yes.
And those were your initial thoughts?
I mean, there's so many to talk about, but I think I've
All
talked
right.
quite enough, and maybe we'll just keep it.
Okay, so my nostalgia with the film is I remember when this movie came out. I don't think I saw it in the movie theater. I'm trying to think. When did I see this? This happened 1999. So I know for a fact I rented this at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You go to Blockbuster. You smell the popcorn. You walk in. You see this gigantic like wall of films, right?
Right.
And you start at the beginning, and it's I think alphabetical order, and then you just work all the way down, and then you get to like the really like obscure films towards the end, and then everything new is going to be gone. Of course, they only had so many. You couldn't just stream it. So I'm sorry, excuse me.
That's all right.
So if it had that box behind it, you just like you had this like little bit of I don't know what you call it. You were just like excitement, but like adrenaline.
Oh, okay.
Like a burst of adrenaline
Yeah.
when you actually saw a film that you wanted to watch and it had the Blockbuster box behind it.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
the
yes.
DVD cover.
That feeling where it's like, oh, there's this box, and there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, I know. Like you can see the DVD cover case for it, but if it didn't have the Blockbuster box behind it, that means it wasn't available. So they kind of teased you. So I know for a fact that I got this from Blockbuster, and I got my box of Goobers, and I rented it and I watched it with because '99 I was dating my wife, so I was definitely with her and we definitely saw it together. And I don't really have. I mean, I remember liking it, but I don't know if I had like a deep connection with it. Right?
Oh, something I could just say off the bat that I appreciate about this film is just the script.
Yeah.
Everything is just so well written.
At the time, a lot of stuff came out that was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this was just another good film.
Oh, yeah.
And then so as I was growing up, it's just like, oh, this is another good one. Like I didn't have, there wasn't a lot of flops. I don't know. People,
Yeah, but now when you look at movies these days, where it's just like
Yeah.
a lot of it's garbage.
a lot of it is.
And then you look at like Galaxy Quest, and it's just like, wow, they really took the time to just like put so much effort into the script.
right.
And it's just like,
And didn't rush it or whatever. Like they did it right.
even like it's very accepting of fans. This movie is like not like pointing the finger and laughing at like Trekkies or
No.
anything. It's just very much accepting. They play an integral part in the plot.
They were the reason the world got saved.
Yes,
The plan
the universe.
the universe was saved because the fans knew the blueprints of the ship and were able to direct the actors through the mazes.
Yes.
And you, oh my God, I love that part so much. It's the best third act I think I've ever seen in a sci-fi
Why would
film.
anyone have why would any ship have this? This episode was poorly written.
And that's where they throw out the F-bomb, which is hilarious. Well, you don't see that they overdub.
I almost appreciate that they didn't throw it in because I feel like this is a movie that anyone can watch.
Well, I was watching it, and I want to show this to my daughter. She's 11.
Yeah.
But I just think Ripley's character at this point, she's just too, like, even if it's fake, like, it's just too much for her to see at this point, I think, in her life. I think I have to wait till she's, like, at least 13, 14.
Yeah.
I know. It's just-
I can't quite relate, so I can't comment on that.
Gotcha. I think I'm going to wait a little bit. I want to though. And,
but
okay, go ahead.
So, no,
no. You go.
But you know, it's just like if that's what you think is best, I can't fault you for that. Just
Okay.
you know, just I do feel like it's kind of safer. I mean, like
Yeah.
I feel like when I grew up, I saw like I don't know, girls in bikinis and things like that.
It is a
and
bikini.
yeah.
It is a bikini shot. So I mean, and she did see Leia as a slave girl, and nothing really happened. So
Oh yeah, but if you look at the behind the scenes stuff, oh boy, was there some stuff about to happen.
but it's just the objectifying of women. All that good stuff. I gotta watch out.
Yeah.
So I bought this film.
Mhm.
I know I could rent it, but I saw it like it didn't cost much more to buy it.
Mhm.
So I'm like, this is one I want to have forever.
Yeah.
Because I recently rediscovered this film by watching the documentary.
Mm-hmm. Never Give Up, Never Surrender.
Yeah, the Galaxy Quest documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And the Galaxy Quest documentary just like opened my eyes to how, like I said, this film captured lightning in a bottle and didn't make fun of its fans, didn't
It respected the fans.
He respected the fans because without the fans there would be no success.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an homage to the fans. It's an homage to the TV show. It's an homage to the filmmakers, the TV makers,
Mm-hmm.
the TV show makers. I mean, it's making fun of it, but it's not making fun of it. It's kind of like I think a satire. I think.
Oh yeah, it's a satire. It's something where it's like you could tell the filmmakers loved the topic they were making fun of.
Absolutely, they loved it.
It's not like they looked at it. It's just like, oh, this stupid crap. It's just like, oh, we're gonna throw it all and we're gonna be mean spirit. There's no mean spiritedness in this film.
No,
I mean,
absolutely not.
There's some dramatic moments and there's some heartbreaking moments, but I wouldn't say it's mean spirited.
Right. No, it's not mean spirited. It's not made in jest. It's like all because they love it. They love the source material, and they respect it, and you can tell.
Although, on the topic of like Trekkies and fans and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
It's fine asking actors certain questions about projects. Don't ask actors about technical aspects on how like starships work. That's something that they will never know. Ask the writers.
Right. Yeah. The
writers are good people to ask these kind of questions about.
The writers never make this. Are the writers are those guys ever like in convention circuits? I mean, they're the reason that their actors have these roles.
I think they might show up every now and then.
Do they? I mean, just people just don't know them. But
Yeah.
with IMDb these days, you should be able to find these, and Wikipedia. So I also remember the company DreamWorks
Yeah.
starting up. And I think this was a big deal because I think a bunch of Hollywood directors and filmmakers got together to make this.
Oh, yeah. Like I was saying, Harold Ramis was originally going to direct.
Right.
And unfortunately, he didn't like Tim Allen, so it's just like he kind of pulled out.
That's too bad.
But I think like Steven Spielberg was a producer.
Spielberg, right? Yeah, a bunch of Hollywood big shots, and like it was cool because it was kind of like Image Comics, like a bunch of like great comic book artists and stuff got together and made Image Comics, and they got to do their own thing. So it's kind of like in that same kind of like field that they were not field, but like the same kind of like thing that was happening. I can't say it any better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, and then Sam Rockwell's character, just like, just the fact that they played with the trope of that, the crew member, the red shirts getting killed, and like there's a whole thing about him, and he's all worried throughout the whole
His name
film.
is literally Guy.
Guy.
It's just Guy. And I watched it. I rewatched it a second time.
Oh, you did?
And I was like looking for it. So like, do they say his name at all? And unless I somehow missed it, they'd never say his last name up until the very end.
But there's a joke about it. It was like, what's my last name?
Yeah, it's like I interpret that joke almost in two ways. Where it's like, one, it's either he's literally forgotten his last name, or two, it's like, do any of you know my name? If you don't, then that proves my point that I'm just expendable.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But then he gets a story arc. He's like, because Tony's character goes, maybe you're not just the expendable guy. Maybe you are the plucky comedic.
Yeah, plucky comedic relief.
Right, plucky comedian, and then he's like, yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets a gun.
Then he gets confidence.
And then he becomes in the next show he becomes the chief of security, Guy Freakman.
Freeman.
The stupidest sounding last name ever.
It's so good, dude. This whole movie.
Guy Fleegman.
Fleegman, yeah, something funny like that. It's so good. Sorry, I'm running down my notes here. So, I mean, Alan Rickman was amazing, capturing the angst of everything. Being typecast. I think, Tim Allen was like pro the show, which I remember like, Spock, not Spock.
Shatner.
Shatner, like Kirk, kind of like not being cool with the show when I was growing up.
Oh, you remember Shatner just trying to distance himself from it?
Yeah. So it was cool that this character in this story loved the idea of himself being in the show and it being, while he was in the convention, obviously at home he was like a whole different person.
Kind of reminds me of Adam West after he did Batman. It's just like everyone wanted to typecast him, and he was asked like, "Do you regret being Batman?" And he was just like, "Never." That was such a fun time, and I don't regret being a part of it.
Right. Yeah, so that's cool. And then Adam West kind of has like that same kind. I mean, that Batman kind of has that same kind of vibe as Tim Allen.
I just love just all the setup, or just the lines that aren't wasted. When he's like talking to the Femians at the convention, it's just like, make sure there's a limo at my house.
Yeah,
and they brought the limo.
I know. Nothing is wasted.
Also, those kids at the convention that were making fun of them. Yeah, they suck and all, but they probably paid to go to that convention.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so
like,
it's
what were they doing there?
Yeah, apparently this is based off of something that happened to Shatner in real life, where it's like he
based
was
on truth.
Yeah, so
it's good. Comedy's always based on truth.
Oh yeah. There's so much to talk about. I just love all the aliens in the convention. It's just like all of them are dressed up as aliens that assumingly existed on the show.
Right.
And it's just like there's so many of them, and it's just like you didn't need to put in that effort, but you did.
Dude, it was a smorgasbord of like filmmaking and the like, what do they call the background acting or
background characters?
Not the background character, but everything in the background there's a name for it. It escapes me right now, but whoever the production, you know what I mean? The production of it, set design or whatever.
Yeah, set design.
Well, all of that just like was to the top level and craft. I mean, like you said, they were all like Star Trek inspired aliens.
Yeah,
like they were just slightly off.
You could kind of tell the ones that are like Klingons.
Yeah, exactly.
And apparently those Klingons, when they're in the bathroom, they have to go for a really long time.
At the same time, too.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we got to do here sometimes. One key, two men.
Oh God, there's
so Justin Long's character, and I know this from watching the documentary, which I highly recommend you watch. I'm going to tell you right now.
It is a true Never Give Up, Never Surrender documentary.
Yes, it's real, and they do a great job. And like I said, I rediscovered this film watching that documentary because it was free on Prime.
I was looking up some stuff yesterday, and I saw a segment where they talked about Alan Rickman, and it just
everything is amazing in that documentary. The documentary is just as good as Galaxy Quest.
And this is more so though. It's like been years later afterwards.
Oh yeah,
and it's like what was it, released in 2019 or something?
I think it's fairly new. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to spoil too much of that. Just a little bit of Justin Long's character, and everything will make sense after I say it. Justin Long channeled Marty McFly, as his basis for his character, and like I didn't know that initially watching it, but I saw the documentary and then he exposes that, and I watch it now and I'm like, oh my God, he's totally doing Marty McFly. He talks like him and everything. So it's a little bit of Back to the Future, science fiction. So. I thought that was great. That was amazing, and that's awesome. Like acting on his part.
Just so much setup at the convention. They're just wasting no time. Like as soon as Alan Rickman says, "I'm not going to say that line," I know later he's going to say the line in a meaningful way. I didn't realize how sad and emotional it would be. It's just the scene when Quellic dies, and he's just like. it's just so much. There's like so much meaning in that one moment where it's just like, you know, Alan Rickman gets the dramatic moment because he's the most dramatic actor out of all of them. You know, appeasing a fan.
Yeah. He won't do it in the beginning.
He wouldn't do it at the beginning, but it's just like he's at that moment he's kind of realized how much his role has like affected people.
Right.
It's just like it's an important role. It's something that people idolized him for.
And they didn't know it. Like they were so busy being jealous at Tim Allen's character that they didn't realize the effect that their characters had on other people. Like they didn't see it. They were blind to that. And all of them, like the rest of the bank, because they didn't reap the rewards of financially.
Yeah.
But like emotionally, they were just as beloved by the fan base, but they were like shut off from that in the beginning of the film. But because they went through this experience and they got to see themselves, you know, loved by these new alien guys, I think they got an appreciation for their characters as well towards, you know, by the end, which is like a group story arc almost.
You know what is something I'm just realizing about this film?
Huh.
You could refer to the actors as two of the characters, and you'd probably be justified in thinking that way. You could either refer to Tim Allen as Quincy or Jason, and no one would probably correct you on that. Like, it's just something I'm just realizing right now. It's like I refer to, you know, Tommy as Tommy, and you refer to him as Laredo.
Yeah,
and I just go like, I'm not gonna correct you on that. It's just like, because they really get into their roles by the end. They really do kind of become their characters.
I think what happens is when they all show up on the ship, and the what do they call the Themians? When they see their favorites on the ship, and they were going through their names all like all slow, and they're all like, you know, Sigourney Weaver's character, and they're like saying her name, and they're all like, wow, and it's like everyone gets like their second, you know, of appreciation. I think that's when they start to change.
Oh, I'm just now thinking of just you're now making me think of that scene, and then they cut to Guy, and he goes like, crewman number 6. Guy.
Yeah, they even give Guy a little "what's up."
Yeah,
you know?
it's just like you were a crewman on that show,
right?
Oh God, I took so many notes watching this film.
Oh, I'm already
just like that blink and you miss it cameo of Dwight, of Rainn Wilson.
Yeah,
so many people, like it's like I was saying in the pitch. So many people like got their start in this film.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Rainn Wilson, Justin Long, Corbin Bleu. I just go like Corbin Bleu was in this film, I guess. Who's driving that car, the limousine? Now that I think about it, like when they're driving, is there just
there's like nobody.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. It's just like is it a weird looking spaceship, or is it actually like
I don't know. That's a good question.
I just love how when they're in the limousine, Tim Allen is just like when Missy Pyle's character just looks at him, it's just like he's not like freaked out or anything. He's just like so uninterested
because he's just used to these type of people.
Yeah.
And they're not acting any different than someone would be acting in front of them in a convention.
He's so uninterested to this point where it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go back to bed. Wake me when we get there.
Yeah, they're like her translator's not working, and she's like.
Yeah, apparently. So I told you how it's like everyone based their performance off of the main Mafazar.
Right.
Apparently, the director would keep on saying to like everyone, whenever Mafazar would act, the director would go to everyone else and just go like, yeah, do that.
Yeah, dude, they nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
But and here's the thing, this film actually transcended its source material and became its own like convention, its own. People follow it. People dress up like this.
Yeah,
and dress up as all the characters and everything. It's so, like you said, meta. Like it's so, you know what I mean?
This film is legitimately a really good Star Trek movie.
Yeah,
it's something I wrote before I even knew anything about it. I just watched this film, and then when I got to the end, like the last note I wrote the first time watching is this is a good Star Trek film.
It is. It is a great. It's a great story in itself, just like Spaceballs was for Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is the Spaceballs of Star Trek.
Yeah. Although I think there might be, although I think Galaxy Quest might be a bit more better than Spaceballs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Mel Brooks just goes for the whole
Goofy gags.
Yeah, low hanging fruit every once in a while. This goes for the high hanging fruit.
I'm more so partial to Young Frankenstein than anything.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just like there's just such a heart there that I really appreciate rather than. Blazing Saddles is hilarious. It's hysterical. It's a great comedy. But I think this is more so just it's something I laugh at, but it's not like laughing frequently. I laugh, but I just appreciate the film more so than anything because it's a really just good overall film.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great story in itself. Like, even if it wasn't like trying to point back to its source, like it's in itself a great story. Like a washed-up actor having a chance to, one, redeem himself, and two, actually play the part of his life for real, and bring all his friends along. Yeah, for them to do the same thing. Because as soon as he finds out it's real, the first thing he wants to do is tell everybody.
He wants to go back. It's just like guys, this is amazing. I've been in space. I was with these aliens. I was with these Femians or termites. I don't know. I was kind of hungover.
Yeah, but he wants to bring everybody along, which is hilarious. Because I mean, he's finally because at the beginning he doesn't need them or whatever, right? And he kind of like, just like if he was a commander, he's separate from them. But when he finds this is real, like he wants them, and then they resist, because they're like, oh, he's finally one of us, But I don't know, when he finds out it's real, he goes back to the crew and he's like, I want you guys to be a part of this. You guys got to be a part of this.
It's like the line he gives at the beginning when he's like, still invested with the fans. It's like something along the lines of a commander is only as good as his crew or something. And it's just, it feels like that with the characters and it feels like that with the actors. Everyone just fits together with each other so well.
Well, by the end, but there's a disconnect in the beginning.
Oh no, disconnect at the beginning, but everyone comes together again so well. But the actors like also fit together so well,
right?
Just like apparently Alan Rickman really hated Tim Allen, and it's just like he used that. He used that because his actor hates.
Don't
Tim
they call
Allen.
him like somebody calls him? He calls him a hack.
Yeah,
like Tim Allen calls him a hack and everything.
A talentless hack.
Yeah, and then they're like fighting each other. Yeah, that was probably all like real and everything. You never know. You never know where they're getting their motivation from. Which he's like, find the rock monster. He's like, find the rock monster's motivation.
The rock monster's motivation. Try to find its weak. Try shove something down its throat. It doesn't have a throat. It's a rock.
Oh man, it was so much. This movie's just so much fun. So should we dovetail into the meanings, the interpretations?
I feel like we've almost kind of gone into that.
Well, I mean, I got a bunch more.
Okay.
So I think it's a little bit of survival of the fittest, kind of bit. When
actors will inevitably hit that point where it's just like they can't really get any work anymore, and it's a sad truth.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like wrestling. You got your heyday, you get your championship belt, and then it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. Where it's just like you're trying to relive your glory days.
Yeah.
You're a part. Sometimes getting cast in a show, it's just like people won't see you as anything else. It's like almost like what happened with Robert Pattinson. Oh. Robert Pattinson, when he was cast in Twilight, everyone wanted him to just kind of be that. And he was like, no. And then he went to go and do indie things, and now he's just like he was able to like move beyond his Twilight status.
Well, let me ask you this: Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
Can you see him as anything other than Harry Potter?
Are we talking?
Daniel Radcliffe, yeah.
I see him in other things. I mean, of course, my mind kind of goes to Harry Potter, but it's just like I respect that he's just kind of done other things. He's done like all these indie things. He's playing Weird Al. Did you hear about that?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
They're doing a biopic about Weird Al, and he's going to be playing Weird Al Yankovic.
I love biopics.
Yeah,
I think those are one of the best genre's going.
I think Weird Al himself is involved, so it's just like I'm interested in that.
So that's one of my themes as well, is like being typecast in Hollywood and outstaged by other actors. And
You stole all my lines.
yeah,
you scene stealer.
you scene stealer. And having all that resentment and everything, and just being petty, and just like not seeing the forest for the trees, and like wanting it all and being greedy, and that's fine. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta fight for. You know, you can't. I don't know. You can't be a nice person. You gotta fight for your right to act. You know, and do the craft. And he says that. Alan Rickman says that he never respected the craft.
Yes.
Oh man, there's just so much more.
There's a scene when Tim Allen sacrifices himself, and all Alan Rickman could do is just go like, "Oh, you're stealing the hog light again. You're hog lighting the spotlight again."
Right. I mean, it's just commenting on itself. It's just it's commenting. It's so funny, but it's doing it right. I don't know. It's like it's not annoying. It's doing it the right way or something.
There's even the moment where it's just like I don't like the liar reveal trope. It's just like where you have to, you know, you've been living a lie throughout most of the film, and then it's just like, okay, now time to pull the curtain away. They don't linger on all these annoying things. They don't linger on the fact that no one believes Tim Allen because, like, you know, he's trying to explain himself, and then they just show up, and it's just like, oh no, they're right here, and then it's just like they go away. The rest of the cast walk away for a bit. They go into a bus, and they go like, yeah, he was probably drunk. Do you think he was offering us a job? No, he was drunk. And then they just go and rush. They rush to try and get into the story.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's so much time is not wasted.
That's funny.
Even when the liar reveal thing happens, there's none of that bit where it's like the aliens go like, "You lied to us" or anything. It's just like they actually think it was a deception.
Yeah.
They think it was like, "Oh, you were deceiving. Your deception was a deception." Cleverly done, Commander Quincy. And they don't bother telling the truth. It's just like, yeah, you know what? Just believe what you want to believe.
That's funny. I have that in there as one of the themes: deception and lies.
Yeah.
That's common. Malthazar and, you know, we lied, line, and everything. I have that in there as one of the themes.
It's
and how to deal with it, because I mean it's kind of like the catalyst for like the whole thing. They don't want to like reveal that they're actors and they're not the real people and break these people's spirit, because I mean they went to all this trouble to build the ship and the costumes and have all this stuff and bring them there, and they don't want to let them down.
You've done far more damage than I ever could have.
Right.
It's just like, how much should you lie about and how much should you tell the truth, you know?
Right.
Apparently in this case, you should never tell the truth. Or tell the truth when you think you can when the truth can also be viewed as a lie.
Yeah, it's some weird stuff. I mean, back and forth.
This movie is just like, you know, there are movies that are meta like Deadpool or things like that, but this movie is meta to like an extreme where it's just like not looking at the audience, just like you're just trying to figure this all out. It's just like, is this really a Star Trek movie? Is this a parody? Is this a satire? The characters are kind of the actors are sort of becoming their characters.
Right.
It's actors playing actors. Just like, oh my lord, there's so many layers to this film.
There's so many layers, so great, and it's all wrapped up in a nice little like hour and a half package.
That ending,
yeah,
when they crash in, that would be the most awesome convention intro ever.
Oh, it looks like a convention because they all like walk out one at a time.
Yes.
And the guy from the Kids in the Hall is like,
everyone's coming out in their least from least popular to most popular.
Right.
It's just like, and then when Saris comes out and he's just like, I'm gonna. He looks like some just weird alien that they just brought on board.
Right.
And it's just like Tim Allen
does the role.
It's a heroic moment, and also it's very goofy looking in a way.
But it's something that you would probably like stage at one convention.
You would stage at a convention. It so looks like that.
Isn't that just perfect writing?
Yes.
It writes itself at that point. The story is writing itself, and you can tell. Like, this is what would happen. They would crash land right back in the convention. They're right back on stage. They all come out one at a time, all, like you said, popularity-wise. And then they have a little action scene, and then everyone's clapping and
just
everything's
do the roll.
Yeah.
The roll is a setup and payoff.
The roll,
moment.
exactly. I said the roll. He does the roll.
He does the roll.
I didn't catch that till this watch about the roll.
It's just like, do you really need to keep doing that? And then he does it at the end. He's just like this cool little moment.
There's so many classic setups and payoffs. It's not even funny. You can do a drinking game to them.
Oh God, yeah.
So this is a film where the fandom saves the day. We talked about this.
Yes.
All their knowledge of all the backstory, all the behind the scenes.
Just background characters get a moment to shine. When they've done it, they save the day, and then Jason looks over to the crowd and he sees Justin Long and all the others, and just like salutes them.
Right.
It's just like they get their little moment.
Everybody gets a moment, dude. Everybody gets a little arc. Everybody gets, like, at the beginning, they were like shunned. They were like dismissed. They were like, oh, you guys don't know what you're doing. But guess what? Tim Allen's like, I know the guy who's gonna freaking show us what to do, and he calls Justin Long.
And at first he's like, "You're right. It is fake. It never fake. I apologize. It's all real." Oh my God, I knew it.
I know. Just like everybody wants to feel that, like what Justin Long gets in that moment. Like everybody who watches Star Trek or Star Wars or something wants to believe this stuff is real. That's why we take it so seriously and dress up.
Also,
and make it real in our real lives.
How amazing is it that they like the writers for Galaxy Quest, not the movie, the show. They must have done some really good science, because the fact that the Femians were able to make this ship work, just like they were able. Apparently, the writers must have been like gods when it comes to like writing scientific sci-fi. It's just like because like they somehow were able to get the beryllium core. They got all these things.
The
working.
Omega-13 worked, right?
The Omega-13. It's just like they broke it down to its core. It's just like
the tractor beam. It all worked.
It's just like they somehow knew how to do
the guns.
It's just like. These guys should be working for NASA.
Yeah, but then they get all like they also get called out for putting in needless stakes and needless chomping things.
Yeah, well, I mean that guy probably just got fired after that. It's just like he was probably just one of those writers where it's like, okay, we're looking for new talent. What? There's conveyors in this one area. Yeah, okay, you're not getting any more work after this.
That guy probably wrote a spec script and they wrote it, and then they made that one, and then he's probably the showrunner or whatever. So, anyways, so a lot of good versus evil, which is good classic themes. You know what I mean? The bad guys, serious, like there's no redemption.
I want to ask you, how do you feel about Saris?
I like like I said, he's got proper. I mean, I don't know what his real motivation is, but like, do you ever know in Star Trek? I mean, I guess you do in some of Aliens, but you just know he's evil right from the get-go. You know he's bad. They say he's bad, that he's hunting these other aliens down for whatever reasons. I love how he gets attacked by Tim Allen's character, just like, just fire both full particle cannons, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah. And like calls him a lobster head.
Oh, and then you cut back to him later, and he's just like, he's actually damaged. He's lost an eye. He's lost a hand.
One eye,
it's just like you don't need to include those details, but they do it.
Yeah, they change him up that he got attacked. So, what are your thoughts on Saris? I know I like the character.
I think I heard something out there where it's like Saris is bland. I think he's very serviceable for this film. I feel like he's like, you never really get a moment where it's like a villain has to realize, oh, I'm going up against actors? Are you serious? This is hysterical.
Exactly. Like he knows what an actor is.
He works perfectly for this film, I think. It's just like even though you don't know a lot about him,
right?
He has this really like even the prosthetics. Like, you were talking about the wings. Yeah. But there's also just a moment where it's just like he has this shoulder pad. It's just like it's just moving on its own. It's just like I don't know how many times to say it. You didn't have to include that, but you just made him look so cool. Or his like his like legs at the top of his head.
Yeah, those little tentacles up there. You're right.
So I think Saris is a perfect villain for this movie.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
He's actually, this is something like comedies do need to include. You do need do need to have a sense of threat in certain situations like this.
Right.
And I fully believe that Saris could kill you.
Oh, did you see when he puts up that his second in command's head?
It's just like, for failing to put up the shields in time.
Yeah. So it was good. And then I think Saris does a great job. I never have a problem with him. I love his little wings that open up, and they don't really go super far, so that's kind of like funny. But they just open up like a little bit.
Oh my god!
That makes me laugh.
We're probably just gonna keep gushing about the film. Is it impossible to cringe at that one moment when they're taking the ship out for the first time?
Oh, you're cringing because it's getting scratched up.
Oh yeah, I know. But is it? I'm asking, is it impossible? Like, is there anyone out there who just won't cringe? You're going.
It literally makes you want to like take the controls over and try to do it yourself.
You want to be like Guy. Just move it to the right.
It's so good. It's so good. They do a great job of knowing what you're thinking, and just like you said with Sigourney Weaver, she's getting annoying, and then someone says that she's getting annoying, and
then she does a good job explaining why she keeps doing it.
Right,
it's the only thing she's got.
It's the only thing she's got, right? And she does it all the time, and you just laugh. So the main guy gets all the attention usually, but in this film, the rest of the crew gets their due, gets their time. We talked about that earlier too.
Yes.
So that was another thing I put down for my themes.
He gets Jason gets a good dramatic moment where he has to tell the truth and everything.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah, lying is kind of acting. Acting is kind of lying, and it's just. I'm so sorry, but it's just like, you wanted to have fun, and Jason and the others just kind of wanted to have fun at this moment. And just when things came to the worst, it's telling the truth at the worst possible moment. It's just like
right.
It's just like completely, almost breaks him down. It's just like, yeah, this is just like. This movie has really great dramatic moments as well.
Right.
Just like
it's
that.
All around awesome film.
But with Alan Rickman, Alex, he gets probably the most dramatic moment, the most like emotional moment.
Isn't that fitting? I mean, it just works. Everything works. So do you have any stories behind the stories, Raj?
Dude. So yeah, I mentioned Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
Apparently, when this was in theaters, you get two formats. When you're watching this, it's the original, the old show format, and then when you're at the, and then once the show's over, it goes to the traditional format.
Okay.
But apparently in theaters there were 3 formats.
3.
Yeah. First one is the show format. The second one is after the show ends, it gets a little longer, and then once Tim Allen, is about to leave the ship for the first time. The screen gets even larger. It's like opening it's the audience, like Tim Allen, is having his eyes open. It's just like, wow.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, Alan Rickman hated Tim Allen, but I guess he got some appreciation for him after the liar revealed scene, and apparently he was quoted saying, "Oh my God, I think he just experienced acting." Because he hated that Tim Allen was just so jokey throughout the entire film.
Right. Well, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Apparently, the Star Trek cast loved this film.
Oh, good.
Jonathan Frakes saw it and loved it, and he said, Patrick, you gotta go watch this film. And it's just like, Patrick was like not wanting to see it. He's just like, it just feels like it's gonna be making fun of Star Trek. And then Jonathan Frakes convinced him, and then Patrick went to go see it, and then he loved it.
Right. So what's not to love about this film?
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver really wanted to distance herself from Ripley in this film.
Okay.
So that's why she's just... It's funny in of itself. Sigourney Weaver, one of the greatest sci-fi actresses of all time, just playing a sex symbol, basically.
Right, exactly.
Or eye candy.
Eye candy, right.
During the shuttle scene, Sam Rockwell wanted to get a little method, and he just over-caffeinated. That's why he's so energetic in that film at that moment.
That's so good.
I told you about how Mathazar's actor did the vocal exercise.
Yep.
So the ship that they use in this film, it says NTE. Do you know what that stands for?
No.
not the Enterprise.
Ah, there you go.
The valley they shoot at when they're on the desert planet.
Yep.
That is Goblin Valley, Utah. There's just like
It looks very Star Trek-y.
after the disastrous marketing they did for the film, they went and the first week it didn't do so good, and then it started to pick up the second week. I think some people in charge of the marketing said, like, I really wish we marketed the way it should have been.
Yep.
Because the marketing made this look like a screwball comedy, and it should not have done that.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't think I saw it in the movie theater.
This is why I was so like adamant about it, because apparently that's what they were doing. Because apparently there was a lot of they were competing with a lot of films that month. Apparently certain films DreamWorks had made weren't doing so well, and there was a disastrous thing that happened with Gladiator, where the guy who played the Emperor died. His actor died, and it's just like, oh God, we're kind of losing money here. How's Galaxy Quest doing? Oh God, we gotta appeal to everyone. We gotta make a G.
Yeah.
Or we gotta make a PG.
Yeah, that's not. It's so weird. I'm going to speak to that right now. They got the writing right. They got the casting right. They got the special effects right. They got the story right. They got everything right. Everything right, filmmaking-wise, right? Everything. The story arcs, everything. But then the marketing, the business end, fails them.
Oh yeah.
It fails them big time. This movie could have been the next, I don't know, like for real, like
it
could have been its own like thing. It could have been its own, like a franchise.
If I can talk about that.
Absolutely.
It was going to be recent in a couple of years back, or like maybe in 2017, they were gonna make a TV show, and a lot of the people were gonna come back.
This would have been great.
But you know what happened?
Yeah, Alan Rickman died.
Yeah,
he passed away.
Apparently they had even shot some stuff, I think.
Well, here's the thing, Raj. I don't mean to steal all your thunder.
Okay.
But all of this is in the documentary.
Oh no, this is stuff I was just looking up.
This is all. Documentary touches on all of this stuff.
Did they mention? This is the last thing I got. Did they mention that by Grabthar's hammer line was just a placeholder?
No, I don't think they might have. Maybe
that was just some line that came up, and it was a placeholder. But they were like, okay, we'll replace it soon. But apparently it was so well known that the cast and crew just loved it, and they just kept it in.
It just makes so much sense. It doesn't need to be explained. You know what kind of line that means, what it means.
It even sounds like "Live Long and Prosper."
It does.
If you kind of listen, it's just like by Grabthar's hammer.
Live Long
and Prosper.
And at the end, there's a shot of Alan Rickman, and then his big head is behind him, and he's saying it, and Alan Rickman's almost like proud of it. You know what I mean?
Well, at the beginning, it just looks like he's just like.
That's in the beginning. I'm talking at the end when.
He's embraced it. This is something where it's just like everyone has embraced their roles, and I feel like the reason they continue the show at the end of the film is almost out of respect for the Femians. It's just kind of because like they'll probably still keep watching,
right?
And so they'll probably just be like, we have a renewed love interest, and we'll just kind of keep doing it for the Femians. You could probably make some deductions there.
Sure, and then those guys, those Athenians, those aliens, kind of like represent like the fans, and you know what I mean. Taking it to another level and building these real life versions of the thing, and they can even make sense. They even say like, oh, it was just a small little model, wasn't it? Like, and here they are. They're on the bridge of it for real. Their version of it. And it's funny because like I just found out the Star Wars fans, and this is not anything new. I found it recently, like real life versions of like lightsabers, that like Tom here brought one in. I think we might have even talked about it.
I think I saw Allison had one.
Oh yeah, she's got one too. It's like these real life versions of these things, and like they're really lightsabers that light up and sound.
I actually have a lightsaber that's like I got it when I was younger. I got it as a Christmas present. It's like a little lightsaber that's like long and everything. It's got the blade, but it's like glass, and once you like turn it on, it just like goes like it looks it lights up.
Right.
So it's not like one of those that detracts.
Uh-huh.
It's more like kind of stuff you get display than anything.
Wow. And like exactly just like that.
I'll-
that
I'll-
level of detail. And I've been to Galaxy's Edge, and that's like a whole like a theme park. I mean, and the level of detail on that, just in the lines of stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, like, they've thought about this, and they're like, you do not lose the illusion that you're in a Star Wars world.
Yeah.
When you go to Galaxy's Edge, I highly recommend it. Go ahead.
To just what I was saying about my lightsaber, I'll just when this episode comes out, I'll put on our Instagram just a picture of what my lightsaber looks like.
Okay, cool. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send me the link. And then, so is that all you're behind? Yeah, that's all you're behind the scenes.
That's everything I got.
So mine is something hasn't been brought up. Sam Rockwell's character. He talks about this in a documentary, which I highly recommend everyone watch because we're going to miss out. There's some stuff we're not going to talk about, but this is the stuff that I took from it. Sam Rockwell was at the time trying to make it in Hollywood more, right? He was an up and coming. He wasn't like,
He wasn't Sam Rockwell,
right?
As we know him,
right? Exactly. He's still like up and coming. So he was very serious. He's like a serious actor, and so he was. That's like what you know what I mean. That's what his angle was. But like he was playing this like wacky character guy, and overacting and everything. But I don't think, and he talks about this in the documentary. He doesn't like appreciate what he was involved with back then, but like now looking back, he does, because he was too busy being like a serious up and coming actor.
Well, I think part of the reason he was hesitant to like do the films, but then he realized, I think he's like, oh, this could kind of show off my talent. It just they could see like, I'm playing one character and I could play another character.
Yeah, and like seriously, like this might be his breakout role, maybe not, but like
people will I think people, whenever they talk about it, it's like the guy from Galaxy Quest. And it's just like, he's so... It can't be stated enough just how funny he is.
He's super funny.
It's just like, I'm just jazzed to be on the show.
And then he's even in line trying to get like an autograph at one point, and he's like, "You might not know me, but I was in your show, like episode 81. Remember? Yeah. I got eaten by a snake or something. I don't know.
I think it was a lava monster or something. He got disintegrated by lava.
And he's introducing him, and they don't know him, and you know what I mean? It's
like
they're so dismissive of him.
He's not even supposed to be on the ship. He just comes with.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna come along.
Yeah,
like kind of like how those red shirts kind of work. They just kind of like showed up and walked into the shot and just went down to the planet, got killed.
I just love that he's that red shirt that got to become a character.
I know. Isn't that a great arc?
Yeah.
That's a great arc. I'm telling you, this is good stuff. My only story behind the story is this wasn't supposed to be as we've talked already, this is not supposed to be a movie for 10-year-olds. It was supposed to be an R-rated or PG-13, and
there's some like behind the scenes footage of like Sigourney Weaver. If you people watch this, you see like it's like her bra goes like way down, or her shirt goes way down to reveal her bra, and you just go like, oh, that's just gonna happen out of nowhere. But there's this one scene where Sigourney Weaver is trying to seduce the aliens, and she's just like pulling down her bra, pulling down her shirt, revealing her bra. And I guess the aliens are gonna go like, oh yeah, and it's just like, then she goes like, close the computer, close the hallway, because that's what she does. She tells the computer to do stuff.
Right.
And she got like a body count. She got 2 of them. And it's just like, but then it's just like, we can't promote that to kids.
When the whole 10-year-old angle didn't work.
Did you see the behind the scenes footage of Alan Rickman's bedroom or Alex's bedroom? And he apparently, based off of his character, had a bed of spikes.
Oh, for real?
It's not even like a bed. It's just spikes that protrude up. It's like when
I've seen that in a movie.
Yeah,
the Golden Child.
Maybe, or it's like the pit. Whenever it's like an adventure film where it's just like you fall into a pit and there's like spikes. And then you see his bathroom, and it's just like, how in God's name would you ever use this? This looks like torture.
That's hilarious. So that's just great character, like showing, not telling stuff.
Even just that moment where it's like Tony Shalhoub's character Fred, when he and Missy Pyle's character are just, she's going with. There's no like conversation. It's just like, oh, I'm going with them. Mathesar just looks at them, looks at the hand, and he's just like almost just a little noise, and he's just like, they go on their way. It's just like, didn't need to say anything. Just needed to just let the scene just speak for itself.
Right. I mean, this is good stuff. The whole thing. So, but talking about that, how can you make this film better?
There's some things that are minor. When they use the omega-13 at the end, I wish that everyone knew. There's like,
not just Alan, just Tim Allen.
And I wish that it just kind of kept that they just kept using it over and over again. It's just like, okay.
Like the three, like the rule of three.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, he's gonna come from behind here, and then he just like comes in full barge, just like starts killing everyone, and they need to. It's almost like Groundhog Day. We just need trying to figure out the perfect way to take him down or something. That's just something I thought would be fun.
You know what's funny is I don't like time travel endings, but for some reason this one works for me.
I mean, there's a bit of a setup there.
Yeah,
and maybe a little clumsy, but it's not nothing that like makes me hate the film.
Right.
Plus, it leads up to Mathesar getting his moment. It's just like Saris has been a horrible monster to
right,
and just like Mathesar, even in his weakened form, takes his crutch, hits Saris, and it's just like yes. So even though he doesn't get the kill, he gets that victorious "I beat you" moment.
Right. His arc is finished. He became more. He stood up for himself.
He's the next commander.
Oh yeah.
Just that moment where Tim Allen is just like, where Mathesar is like, I was hoping you would still continue to be our commander, and then it's just like, Mathesar, your people already have a great commander, and he bows to him, sir. And it's just like, oh, it's so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yes.
And nothing seems corny. It's so weird. So, you know what? Like, I got some stuff maybe that might be able to make it better, but I think this one here,
it might be a perfect film.
Yeah, it might be a perfect film.
It very well just might be. Everything is used appropriately. Everything is used. It's gonna make you feel good by the end.
Absolutely. It checks everything. I mean, I know the marketing, and there might be like another version of this film. Do you know about another version of this film? Like maybe a PG-13? Did they make one?
I don't recall anything about that. All I know about alternate versions is because the filmmakers wanted to try and make this as much Star Trek as possible. I think they went in with the mindset of this is just another Star Trek episode. To the point where it's like if you're at a different region or something, some version of this film is just like Galaxy Quest, the motion picture, kind of like Star Trek, the motion picture.
Right. My only thing is maybe trying to find that found footage, put it all in, and make all the swears happen again. That might be my only thing, but I don't really need it. I'm just curious what it would be like, but I don't really need it. I don't think I would change anything from this version other than I am almost just 100% perfect with it. Perfectly fine with what we got. Right. This is just a film that it doesn't. It's not like if it were more mature or something like that, it would kind of like I'm not 100% on board with marketing everything to everyone, but I feel like this is a movie that anyone can watch and anyone can relate to. Even like if you're an actor or something and you're like nearing the end of your career, this is just. There's so much relatability to that. Just with Alan Rickman's character. There's so much to chew on there,
So, yeah.
Having that. What is it? They're having your glory again.
Finding glory. I guess you never knew you had.
Exactly. I know. And it's kind of sad that you find it late in your career. But your third act, I guess, right? Like having
Second Wind or something.
Second Wind, or you're finding your third act. Like it was great. I mean, they're all polished. They're all older. And they're all doing it still, and it happens a lot. I mean, people like Firefly, I think, is trying to come back again. You know what I mean? So it's like something like that. Just there's all these things where they're kind of rebirth, all these different TV shows and movies and old crews that captured lightning in a bottle, and they're trying to do it again. So
There was one thing when I first watched, it hadn't clicked with me, and I thought maybe it could use a change. But then I was just so I was thinking to myself, did they really just build this ship for Tim Allen and just because they're fans? And then I was like, oh no, wait, they just modeled their entire career out of Star Trek or Galaxy Quest, and they just brought him on board. I was wondering, it's like, are they questioning why they don't have spaceships or whatnot? And it's just like, they probably didn't think about that. They just went and found the actor. If this is making any sense. Is it making any sense?
not really.
So it's like, part of me was wondering, part of me thought that they specifically made, their starship for Tim Allen.
Okay.
It hadn't really crossed my mind. It's like, oh yeah, they've been doing battles with Ceres for a while now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so part of me thought, oh, did they just build this starship for Tim Allen and the rest of the crew? For Jason and the rest of the crew? And I was like, no, wait a minute.
But there's a couple of spots where they're like they modeled everything after, like Tony's like hand movements, and the ship moves to the kids' movements.
Well,
they did kind of like model some parts of the ship for the crew members.
I think that's why they took on the form of humans and whatnot, because it's like, we clearly in our squid form can't really do this, so we need to make ourselves look more human. That's clearly why this crappy looking set isn't working.
So it's pretty funny. It just flashed back in my mind the part where he's like, the red thingy is getting closer to the green thingy.
Yeah, I think we're the green thingy.
That's so much fun.
Oh god, where they don't bother to cut transmission, and it's just like he's just saying everything. And Ceres is just like there unamused. It's like, maybe I'm not as stupid as I appear, Commander. You were supposed to do this.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes, I agree. Dead air.
It's so much fun, dude. This whole movie's so much fun. So, yeah, I'm gonna just ixnay anything I thought, like everything I had.
Anything I say that could use some fixing, or the one thing that I said could use some fixing, I don't even mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind anything. I don't mind the CGI. I don't mind the little character, the little things that kill their own little hurt guy. It was fine. I mean, everything looked great. The rock monster looked great. All the bad guys looked great.
For 1999, this stuff still looks not great, but it still looks good.
It looks good.
Just that moment when the rock monster is just like attacking all the bad guys, and it flies out into space, and there's this like peaceful, joyful music where it's just like, yes, I crushed people, and it's just like.
So the rock monster kind of gets a little moment.
Yeah, it's just like yay!
Everybody gets a moment. What do you think about the part where they're trying to get the tractor beam up? That's totally like Spaceballs, where they get that little pig monster thing, and they transport it back on the ship.
Oh, you mean the teleporter beam?
The teleporter beam, and then it's all inside out. I mean, that's totally like his head's on backwards type.
Oh yeah.
It's almost beat for that.
They just thought about it. It's just like, they thought about the gag where it's just like, hey, what if this teleporter wasn't working right?
Yeah, they didn't work out the kinks.
What if it came out horrible? What if something came back and it was transformed horribly to the point where it would no longer be alive and explodes?
It explodes.
And
then Tim Allen can hear him.
Just that alien that just is like deadpan, just like explaining it. It explodes on his face, and it's like, and it also exploded. And then the little piece of meat just falls over his mouth.
And then the other part where Tony is talking to his crew, and he's reporting that that his crew guys came up with the solution, and he's reporting it back up to the boss, and he's like, yep, you guys got another one right. Good job, group hug.
or that first,
but it's like actually what his job is. He's doing it like he's doing his job, but like he doesn't know he's doing his job, but he's doing his job to the T of what he's supposed to be doing as that crew member. But it's just like haphazardly doing it. It's so funny.
Or just that first transmission I think we get with him, where people are just flying. They're just being propelled by explosions and whatnot. It's just like comedically, it's just like they're being thrown away.
Yeah. And then, he's like, hey, we have to slow down, or they're telling me that this place will blow up.
There's There's that one
We're
moment.
giving it all she's got, Captain.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Scotty. You know, let me see. You're getting the jokes now, aren't you?
There's the one moment. Oh God, what was it? Oh yes, the stereotypical. Oh, we've been hit, and now we have to shake around a little bit.
Yeah.
And some people maybe like fall. I don't think I've ever seen someone like get tossed around and then actually break their arm, and that has to like go to the medical wing. You never see people actually get injured from being thrown and shaken around all these
good
things.
Point. And they have to pick him up. Are you talking about?
No, stop! Don't touch it.
Yeah, because he's not acting. He's actually hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you never see these moments where they get hurt by being shaken around and.
Oh, and there's no seatbelts, and there's nothing to protect them from like being like thrown about or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just like always like just that bridge is always getting annihilated. It's so funny. What do you think about the end with the mines and everything? Did you see all that coming?
Yeah, that was another moment of setup and payoff.
With the magnetic. I think they're magnetic or something. He said it real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could kind of see that they're also the mines were flooding towards them,
right?
So you could kind of tell, even without them saying, it's just like you could kind of infer. It's just like, oh, they're probably magnetized or something,
right?
Yeah, oh my God, that was so awesome.
That was so good.
Just like flying right out. It's like, what you fail to realize is that my ship is carrying mines, and it's just like fly up. It's just like go, get out of here, go. It's just like, it's so good.
I know, and then he runs, and he's like doesn't get, and then so like the setup is that he's running away from the blast, so he does have time to hit something to get himself off the ship.
But it does go on. It does.
Saris, I mean.
Yes, Saris. It goes on long enough for you to kind of forget about that.
Yeah.
To the point where Tony comes in and just like shoots him. It's just like, oh God, right.
Oh, but have we ever seen him shapeshift before or take on another
Well,
form?
I mean,
that was. I think I just caught that. Like,
well. So, the Femians probably have these converters or everything like that to make them look
human.
Mm-hmm. So he probably was able to get something. I mean, it's been established. It's like these aliens, the Femians have these energy converters that make them look human. So he probably took this moment. It's like, I'm going to make myself look human.
Okay.
Though I guess.
Do you think I found a plot hole?
Maybe not too much per se. I mean, maybe they're trying to make them so. The only thing is I don't have enough knowledge to know. It's just like how these devices work.
Right. Maybe he just snagged one from someone's one of the aliens.
I feel like he definitely snuck one from the Femians. I don't know if he can. I don't know how well these things are at replicating other people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't say. We'd have to try and find the Raiders of Galaxy quests. And just like
ask them.
Ask them the.
Maybe we can go to a convention and be like, was it set up that
how was it that Saris? How was it that Saris is able to look like Tony Shalhoub's character as Fred? This is. If anyone's ever watching this and they have access to or they're able to talk to. They're able to talk to David Howard.
David Howard, yeah.
Please, or if you're David Howard and you're watching this, please explain to us how is it that Saris is able to transform into Fred? How is he able to perfectly replicate Fred with the, I assume, Femian energy converter or whatever the technical name of it was.
Right. So, any last thoughts?
This movie is a joy. I can't express enough how much I had fun watching this film. My brother went by. He was walking by as I was first watching it. And he was hearing some audio, and it's just like, that sounds stupid. And I couldn't quite counter it.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't quite, because he hadn't watched the film. And you catch brief glimpses and you don't know full context of the show, and you might just go, this just seems stupid.
Kind of like if you cat Star Trek in a quick second.
But I couldn't quite defend the movie enough yet. I mean, I was just like, this is a neat premise, but after watching it, it's like, oh no, this movie is extremely clever.
Nice.
It's very well written, excellent performances. R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
Right.
You were
absolute
legend. and not a day goes by where you aren't missed.
Exactly. And do you think it's fitting that they didn't move forward without him? I don't think.
No, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't have worked. Yeah, I think it would have been hard. It would have been hard to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
So they just shut it down, which is heartbreaking because
it's heartbreaking, but
yeah.
it's also something where it's just like you probably shouldn't go forward with it. It wouldn't. You'd be missing a core element of the series.
Right. So my only thing that I didn't mention earlier is I think this was 1999. I mean, to brighten it up a little bit. And I was like, man, I don't remember, but it could have been around. Like that whole little scene where Justin Long's character is getting all his friends online, and they had like that Skype call going. Like, I'm not sure if that was actual reality at that point. I mean, it was like it's easily, today, all day, every day, Zooms and Skypes and everything. But I'm not too sure in '99 if we had those capabilities so much. Everyone had a webcam. So these kids were definitely, if they did, definitely were very affluent, if you will, because that probably technology and that for your computer to work right and actually show a picture and talk probably cost an arm and a leg.
I was free at the time, so I probably I don't think I was around free, so I couldn't tell you.
I'm trying to remember. I don't even know if cell phones were around. So because you don't see cell phones in this film, you see those Voxes or whatever. So if cell phones weren't, I know the internet might have been around. AOL was probably big around this time.
Yeah, no, I remember like AOL just being like the way my family used computers.
So I'd have to do some quick research to see when actual webcamming was, and we had the capabilities to kind of do web conferences or whatnot.
Well, while you do a little bit of research you're doing, I'll just say, just to my point earlier about, it's just being a crew thing. There's when at the first convention, Tim Allen walks in and he's just like hogging the spotlight and everything. But by the end, he embraces everyone and they all take a bow together. And I think that perfectly states why this film works. It's not a one-man show. It's a crew effort.
Exactly.
And just losing Alan Rickman is just it won't work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Pictures. So, I just looked it up. I guess this was available. August 1994 was the first commercial, quick cam, and it very much looked like it was something like that. It was cost $100.
Okay.
And it would connect via the serial port. I didn't. It was hard because I didn't have one, so I don't know. I wasn't so much into computers back then because they were kind of ridiculously overpriced and whatnot. We were just into consoles and video games. Now we get to the part where
are we at recommendations?
Recommendations.
All right.
So I'm thinking if you like this movie, definitely check out Toy Story.
Yeah. Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
Sure.
4.
A movie I like a lot. A couple movies I like a lot. Evolution. Ever see that?
Oh yeah, it's I think
the guy from the X-Files.
Yeah, I think I was I was watching some videos before.
It's almost like a spoof of X-Files.
Yeah, it's like a smiley face with 3 eyes.
Yeah.
Definitely
check that one out.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil too much about that. That's a fun one. We might even do that one. Dude, Where's My Car?
Okay.
Have you seen that? Sultan.
I think I have seen it. I don't know if I've seen it in its entirety, but
so much
Missy
fun.
Pyle's in that, isn't she?
I believe so. Yeah. So that's got some good stuff in it. Definitely the documentary, Never Surrender, a Galaxy Quest documentary. Definitely, highly recommend that documentary. We've probably spoiled too much already. Spaceballs, the movie, of course. Where the Wild Things Are, because there's that they play around with the idea of a group of friends, and then the one friend that is never on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like at the beginning of Galaxy Quest. That's kind of like what's going on. There's a group of friends, and man, it'd be awesome if we can get our other friend to kind of join our group, and they kind of, you know what I mean. So that Where the Wild Things Are kind of happens to kind of do that, and then when they go deceptions, lies, that reminds me of Rogue One.
Okay.
So you check that one out. So definitely all the Star Treks, everything Star Trek original.
I was about to say, how could you not mention Star Trek?
The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine,
The OT,
the original. What's the one with the
TOS?
TOS.
Right? Isn't that the abbreviation? The original series?
Oh, is that what they call it? Sure. I'm not so much a Trekkie. I watched the Next Generation the most out of anything.
Yep, that's I think what a lot of people do.
And then there was Deep Space Nine. That was the one about the space, the port, right?
That's the dark series. That's the really dark series.
The dark series,
where it's like where Star Trek is usually hopeful and it's like we're going on quick adventures and there's dark stuff out there. This is the one where it's like they really tested. Deep Space Nine is really tested, and they went more so war and things like that, and gets into some really dark subject matter.
In the talking about the other guys, and then I got the Black Mirror episode where they're making fun of making fun of, but they do like a Star Trek episode. Definitely check that one out. And that's about it.
That's not really a satire parody, is it?
Kind of.
Well, maybe it's a parody.
Yeah,
but it's a dark, like twisted parody.
Yeah.
You kind of got some in there. As I mentioned earlier, Young Frankenstein. It has some good character moments, but it's a good comedy, but it also has really good dramatic and character moments as well.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I have like any more else.
Right. What are you watching now?
Well, I just recently saw Jackass Forever.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you're a Jackass fan, you will like it. If you don't like it, you won't like it. I saw the Cuphead TV show. I enjoyed that.
Cool.
And I also started replaying Cuphead, and that's still a really great game.
Cool. I'm watching The Peacemaker, as you know from Twitter. I saw THX 1138 on there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to check this out. I mean, not THX 1138. His address is 1138. I'm like, okay, these guys get me. And then I've been watching Marvelous Miss Maisel. It's been coming out, which Tony Shalhoub, how do you say his last name again?
Tony Shalhoub.
Shalhoub is in it. Once again, he's brilliant. Highly recommend it. And we got to wrap this up. I got to go, and the boss is calling me.
I will throw in my teaser.
The teaser is?
I guess you could say that the main character is as blind as a bat. Although I'm pretty sure there's been some science to prove that bats aren't exactly blind.
No, okay. All right, well, looking forward to that. I have no idea what you're talking about. And
you're going to hate me in just a couple seconds.
Okay, great. This is all Battlefield all over again.
Yep.
So everybody out there, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Watch Galaxy Quest. Watch the documentary Never Surrender.
Support these people because just like they deserve it.
They did a great job. This is filmmaking at its best, and marketing. So everybody out there, have a good week. We'll see you next week.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep up the good work and prevent accidents. This shift is concluded.